Bonjour and welcome to a new unboxing video, and today I'm particularly excited because we're going to be talking about my favorite toy line. Well, one of my favorite toy line, and something I've been collecting for years, and you know about it because I've been talking about it all the time, and it's Mego. Yes, we have new Megos to talk about, and basically you remember that Mego a few months ago gave us this beautiful Spider-Man set that was exclusive to the Disney parks, and now they're doing it again, and this time it is the Fantastic Four, and it is Fantastic Four just in time for the release of the new movie. I'm very excited about the new movie, and basically we're going to open it and see how it goes. So before we open it, basically it's exactly the same as last time. Those are exclusive to the Disney parks in the US, so Walt Disney World and Disneyland in the US. They were available for a very short time on the American Disney Store website. At the moment, you may still have a chance to try and get them from the Disney Store in Europe. So it is available online on the Disney Store in the UK, in France, and a few other European countries. So just check the website. I'm not sure for how long they're going to be available. For them it's a pre-order, and it won't be available for a while, whereas the Americans already have it. So here you go. Now you know the thing. It's an exclusive to the Disney park with a few some quantities available online, at least for Europe, because for the US it's too late. This one actually comes from the American Disney Store because I managed to order one, which was great. Let's open this little baby because that's what we all want. And what I will be doing, because as it happens, for once I've prepared things, I'm not doing them on the fly. I do have the original figures from Mego from the 70s right next to me, so we'll also be able to compare with the original figures because they're supposed to be re-released. So first of all, you will notice one thing. So you do have, like the Spider-Man set here, you do have this blue box which contains 4 packs, so 4 boxes with all 4 figures. The 4 figures are repros of the original from the 70s, except that for the most part they have actually new bodies. I'm still thinking that the Invisible Woman is not on a new bandless body, so we'll check that together, but I'm pretty sure, because from what I've read online, she's on a regular banded body. So first thing, of course, you do have like this collector coin, which looks absolutely beautiful. We'll take it out so that you can see it better. You do have at the front all 4 characters from the Fantastic Four, so the Thing, Mr. Fantastic, Invisible Woman. Originally at the time in the 70s she was still called the Invisible Girl, but since the 80s they updated the name to Invisible Woman, which is well, it's really, she's not a girl really, she's a woman, she's a mother, for God's sake. So they actually updated that, which I think is really cool. And so that's the front. On the side you do have all 4 figures, and on the other side same thing, and on the back you do have this absolutely gorgeous picture of, I think those are actually the original figures and not the repro figures, and it's beautiful picture by a guy called Jason Saville, was doing a lot of photos for Mego Corporation. He is a very, very talented photographer, so it's really nice to see his work on this box. The interesting thing is, for the first time, because I mean the original version we only had the pack in English, whereas with this new pack we do have it in trilingual, so you do have French, English, and Espanol. So that's interesting because same thing, the text here is in 3 languages. It's actually good because it means that they are looking for a distribution of that in Europe, which of course the first one wasn't distributed in Europe through the Disney store and Disney parks, obviously, because it's still an exclusive. So it's very interesting to see that we do have the 4-pack in 3 different languages now. But let's open this baby now. Interestingly enough, exactly like the first set, there is absolutely no tape, so you can literally just open the box. Here we go. So we're going to get them out and we're going to discover all 4 of them separately. Before we open them, while we're at it, let's check the coin if I can. It's not that difficult to take out. It's the only bit of tape that is actually in that box. So let's try and get it open, because it would be nicer if I didn't have to take the whole thing out. Nearly there. Here we go. So if you remember, in the first set, of course, the coin was a Spider-Man coin. Just showing to you again that you do have Spider-Man here. And this coin, of course, has the Fantastic Four. It's very interesting because that's an image that comes from a Fantastic Four Treasury, which was those big format comic book that were released in the 70s. It's really cool. Of course, in the back you do have the Mego logo. I really love, just trying to give you as much, of course, very shiny, so it's a question. So it's really, really nice. I think it's a nice touch because of course they don't really have to do this, but it's a nice touch that they have added this little thing. So let's open those, and we're going to start by the thing because the thing is the first one. So of course the thing comes in is little box, individual box, so it does have an illustration of the thing. You do have the Fantastic Four on each side with the reference number for the figures. And now let's open them. Same thing, no tape, and there's just going to be a couple of bands to cut. I hate gibbers, like those little plastic gibbers, but those ones are not too difficult to remove, I think. So here we go. Got him out of his box, and here he is, and he looks absolutely fantastic. So once again, I mean, be very careful. So this one has actually a new body. As always with those bandless body, you need to make sure that everything is facing the right direction. Because, for example, if you see here, because as you can see, there is actually the skull. You can actually see that this is how it is at the moment, whereas, so it means that the elbow currently is in the back of the fist. So you see how easy it is to actually do. So here you go. So that's, you need to make sure that the articulation is facing the right way before you do this, because otherwise you risk snapping the figures. So here we go. So he's got 26 points of articulation. The interesting thing is that they actually had to create a new body for him, because that's what it was. Basically the Hulk and Thing body was actually thicker than the usual body for the Mego figures at the time. As a result, it should be a bit shorter than the others, because those have always been ever so slightly shorter than 8 inches. It looks really, really, really cool. I love the costume. It does have Velcro here, so if we compare him with an original, this is the original here. As you can see, of course, the costume is ever so slightly different. The colors will be ever so, but it is basically the same sculpt, of course. It's interesting to see the little differences in the costume. I just want to check one thing, because it's an important thing to know. Actually, it looks like the new version may be slightly taller, but it could be just the position in which is there. So basically, if you want to compare, of course, he had the buttons, whereas of course the new one has the Velcro. The other thing that's interesting to note, that it seems to be a bit shinier. The fabric is a bit shinier than what we had. From what I've been reading online, basically the costume that they've done, they've taken all the different variant costumes that were done at the time, because there were not always the same pattern on them. So they actually found all the patterns, and they actually did a version picking bits of every pattern from what I could see. So it's really nice. It looks a bit darker, but I really love him. I love the thing anyway. I think Ben Guru is a fantastic character. So that's the first one of the lot. Then we do have Mr. Fantastic, Reed Richard. So same thing, you do have a big image of him in the back, and of course you do have all Fantastic Four on the side. Same thing, no tape. So the only thing to remove is the plastic gibbers. And here we go. It looks really, really, really great. I mean, very nice sculpt, but of course it is the same sculpt as before. We do have the boots and the gloves. Once again, I mean, I'm not going to explain that every time, but before you actually bend any of the articulation, you want to make sure that the articulation is facing the right way, or you may snap it. Here you go. So it looks really, really cool. And if you want to compare with the original, this is an original. So as you can see, there's some ever slight differences. Sorry, it looks a bit weird when you compare them, because of course the new costume and the new fabric goes inside the gloves, whereas the old fabric, it was more difficult to put that. So the same for the color is ever so slightly different, but could be also that mine is ever so slightly, you know, it's an old figure from the 70s, so it could be that it changed, the colors changed a little bit, because that happens. Of course he does have the Velcro in the back instead of the buttons, and as you can see, the costume is a bit shinier on the new version, which is not a problem for me. I think it's actually very cool, because of course they are supposed to be like uniforms, and they are like space age things, so I or like, you know, ski sport stuff. So velcro so it makes sense that they would be more like a spandex thing that's a bit more shiny. So I don't mind it. It's really, really cool. I do like him. So that's Mr. Fantastic. And then we're going to open Human Torch, and we'll keep Invisible Woman for last. And this is Human Torch. So Human Torch, same thing. I mean, the boxes are all similar. There's different colors. There's no tape either here. The only difference between is basically the image on the back. It's interesting to see that the colors of the inside trays are basically the same as the box, which is always a nice touch, because I mean, you could have had different colors outside, inside. And here is the Human Torch. Is very, very red. You will, once I compare to the other version, you will understand why I say it's very, very red. But it looks really cool. I've always liked the sculpt for the Human Torch. Basically, well, there's not much to say. It's exactly the same. It's really cool. I love the fact, I mean, once again, if you want to bend, be careful that articulations are facing the right way, because you wouldn't want to break your figures, like a few people have been problems with the bandless bodies. So this is the new version, and this is the original. So as you can see, well, you understand now why I say, well, it's very red, because there is a bit more of orange in the original one. The costume, I love the patterns on the costume. I think they changed it ever so slightly. It's not quite the same. It's very, very reminiscent. So for me, it's close enough. I really, really love them. Basically, you do have same thing, Velcro in the back instead of the button. It looks really fantastic. I mean, I love those. I'm very, very happy with those, and very excited and geeking about them. I mean, I'm trying not to show it, but and then we do have the last but not least, the Invisible Woman. It's going to be interesting with the Invisible Woman, because there's been different versions of the Invisible Woman in the 70s, which actually, hold on a second, because we can even compare with both versions of the Invisible Girl of the time, and see how the Invisible Woman actually compares to both of them. There is a story, of course, why you've got two versions of the original. That's a bit messy. As you can see, there's lots of gibbers here, so it may be a bit more complicated. And here she is, and she looks really, really cool. I mean, beautiful. The hair is absolutely beautiful. Of course, you don't have to worry too much about the body, because this is the old style body, so they haven't updated it. Just she's not 26 points of articulation. As a result, she's got a few articulation less, and she looks absolutely spectacular. We're going to compare, of course. We're going to compare to the original. So here is the original. As you can see, that it's funny, because I'm pretty sure that it's using the same skull, but it looks so different. It really does, but I'm pretty sure it's the same skull. It's probably just been, I wouldn't say squashed, but changed. I mean, when they reuse, there's always some minute changes, so I suppose that's why she looks different. But it's supposed to be the same skull. And I was referring to the fact that you could compare with two different ones, because we do have a slightly different, as you can see, we do have three different Invisible Woman, and this one is actually quite often known as the Pimpin version. That was the one that was released in France, and she actually has straight arm and not articulated arm, and she does suffer from what is commonly known as Mego rot, which is basically there were some issues with plastics that were used for heads at the time, and it was only for quite a few batches, and all of them actually got a bit gray. This actually is not too bad compared to some other figures which are really, really gray. So just for the fun, basically those are the two original Invisible Women. So it's actually nice to be able to compare. If I'm comparing the sculpt, actually the sculpt looks a lot more like this one. She has more chiseled features, but it's supposed to be the same sculpt. I suppose there's different paint job as well that makes things look a bit different. So here we go. I mean, she looks fantastic. I really like her. I love all four of them. So basically they are out now in the US in the parks. I think they're mostly available in Disney World this time, where the first one was mostly available in Disneyland. Disneyland may still have some of those actually, if you're still looking for that one. And but yeah, it's Disney World. Disneyland will have some. It was the American Disney store shop that's had some, but they are gone now, and I don't think they will restock. And the European Disney store online, so the website in the UK is the disneystore.co.uk or something like that, but it's also for other countries in the world. Basically in mostly Europe, you can actually still pre-order that set. And here you go. So you do have the Invisible Woman and Human Torch and Mr. Fantastic and the Thing, and I think they're absolutely fantastic. Yeah, I know, I had to do that. So anyway, I'm very happy with that. I'm going to explore those toys a little bit more after I've finished with that video, and I'm going to go and watch the movie because the movie's out as well. Yay! Bye! It's me again. I forgot to mention one important thing on the packaging. It does say that the set is limited to 4,000 units, so which is fitting for the Fantastic Four 4000. So here you go. You got all the information now. Bye.